Not everyone that plans to go to college is thinking about becoming an engineer, scientist, or a math major. There's a lot of people, and probably the majority of people, that are going to college for other reasons. So if you are planning to go to college, well, you're going to have to take a college placement exam, and you're going to need strong foundational algebra skills to do very well. And how well you perform on these exams can affect where you begin your college math sequence. So if you're preparing for a placement exam like the ALEKS, ACCUPLACER, PERT, or TSIA, well, this lesson is definitely for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you exactly what to do. So the first thing that we need to understand is that solving this equation right here is really not that much more difficult than solving this equation right here. So we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 7. So we have a number in front of a variable plus a number is equal to another number. And that's basically what we have right here. So we have x over 3, and I'm going to show you in a second why this is pretty much equivalent to something like this in algebra, plus a number is equal to another number. So before we continue on, let's make sure you can actually solve this equation before we take on this equation with fractions. All right, so we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 7. And in algebra, we would call this a basic two-step linear equation because we need to take 2 steps here to solve for x. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Now, of course, if you can't solve this equation, well, you're going to have to do some review on solving linear equations before you get to this equation right here. All right, so let's go ahead and solve this equation. This is super easy, and this is the kind of stuff that you learn in courses like pre-algebra. So we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 7. So step number 1, and what we're trying to do here, by the way, is isolate x. And before we can isolate x, we're going to isolate 2x. And the way to isolate 2x is to get rid of the 1 next to it. So what we're going to do is subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. Now you could pretty much do anything you want in algebraic equations as long as you do it equally to both sides. So what we're doing is subtracting 1 from both sides of the equation. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and add down in a column manner. So 2x plus nothing is 2x. 1 minus 1 is 0. So that goes away, and we don't need to write a 0 right there. And then 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, so now we have 2x is equal to 6. And this was our first step. So all we need to do is take one more step to solve for x, and that is we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 2 to isolate the x. So our final answer is 6 divided by 2, which of course is 3. So x is equal to 3 is the solution to this simple equation. All right, so let's see how this kind of matches up with our original problem. So if you understood the steps that I took to solve this equation, well, we can apply the same 2 steps to solve this equation. So what we have again is a number on the right hand side of the equation. Then we have a number right here, and you can see that these equations pretty much match up. But this part of the equations, 2x and x over 3, will tend to confuse a lot of people. All right, so 2x is really similar to this expression right here, x over 3. So what we have is a number times x. Now this is confusing because we have a variable in the numerator being divided by a number. So what you need to do is think of x over 3 as 1/3 times x. So now we have a number times x. So when you see a variable in the numerator, remember you have a 1 up here. Now sometimes you'll have another coefficient, but here we have x over 3. This is really 1 times x over 3. So we can break out that 1/3 because 1/3 times x, or x over 1, is the same thing as x. Again, what we're going to do here is multiply these fractions. 1 times x is x, and then 3 times 1 is 3. So x over 3 is the same thing as 1/3 times x. And this is nothing more than a number times x. All right, so if we look at our original equation here, we had a number times x plus a number is equal to another number. And now that's what we have right here. So we have a number times x plus a number is equal to another number. All right, now at this point, a lot of students or a lot of people might be looking at this problem saying to themselves, well, I don't want to deal with all this fraction stuff. So what we would have to do here is subtract 1/2 from both sides of the equation, get this answer, and then divide both sides of the equation by 1/3. So no one really wants to do all that math, and I don't blame you for not wanting to deal with all these fractions. So there is a very easy way to solve this equation, and we're not going to do it this way. All right, so let's go ahead and see exactly what we need to do. By the way, if you are going to be taking a college math placement exam like the ALEKS, ACCUPLACER, PERT, CLT, or TSIA, I offer specific test prep courses for all these courses and much, much more. In addition, if you're going to be taking the SAT, ACT, GED, or maybe a teacher certification exam, or maybe you homeschool, or you're just interested in general mathematics, I have a wide variety of courses that can help you out as well. Again, you can find all the information by following the links in the description. All right, so let's talk about the easy way to solve an equation with fractions. So what we want to do is get rid of these fractions. Nobody wants to deal with fractions, and I don't blame you if you're like, hey, I got a lot of fractions here. Let's make our life easy. So that's what you want to do here. In math, we want to make our life easy. And the way to make our life easy when it comes to an equation with fractions is to find the lowest common denominator. All right, so what is the LCD here? Well, these numbers down here are the bottom numbers in the fraction. So in other words, they are the denominators. So what is the LCD, or the lowest common denominator? Well, think of a problem like this. If you had 1/3 plus 1/2 plus 1/6, well, what is the lowest common denominator? Well, hopefully you can see it's 6. And what we're going to do here is find the LCD. Okay, so how is this going to help us out? Well, you're going to see right now why finding the LCD is so awesome. Okay, so once we know the lowest common denominator, what we can do is multiply the entire equation by the LCD. And what's going to happen is we're going to get rid of all the fractions in the equation. It's going to make our life much, much easier. All right, so here again is our LCD, and we're going to take this and multiply it by each term of the equation. And by doing so, we will clear all the fractions. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So again, the LCD is 6. So it's going to be 6 times x over 3, and then 6 times 1/2, and then 6 times 5 over 6. All right, so again, how do you multiply fractions? Well, remember, what you're going to do is multiply the respective numerators and denominators. So 6, or 6 over 1 times x over 3 is what? Well, what you would have is 6 times x, or 6x over 3. But hopefully a lot of you can see that, oh, this 3 goes into 6 2 times. So this is just going to be 2x. All right, so now we need to take this 6 and multiply it by 1/2. And 6 times 1/2 is 3. So now we have 2x plus 3. And then lastly, 6 times 5 over 6. The 6's cross cancel, and we are left with 5. All right, so now we have 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. This is an equivalent equation to x over 3 plus 1/2 is equal to 5 over 6. And I'm pretty sure all of you out there would say, boy, I want to solve this equation, not this equation, because we don't have any fractions. All right, so let's go ahead and solve this basic two-step equation. This is going to be super easy. So 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. So again, what we're going to do is isolate this 2x by subtracting 3 from both sides of the equation, and then we're going to go ahead and add down. So 2x plus nothing is 2x. 3 minus 3 is 0. We don't need to write that. And then we have 5 minus 3 is 2. All right, so now we have 2x is equal to 2. So to solve for x, all we have to do is divide both sides of the equation by 2, and then we get x is equal to 1. All right, now if this is what you got, that is fantastic. You definitely get an A plus and a 100%. But let's suppose you were taking a test and you had extra time, and you said, you know what, x is equal to 1, I'm pretty sure is the right answer. But what you can do is always check your solutions. So let's go ahead and check x is equal to 1 into the original equation to kind of verify that in fact it is indeed the right answer. One of the things that you always want to do in equations after you solve them, if you have the time, is verify that in fact you have the correct solution. Now, sometimes you won't have the time to do this, but if you do have the time, or if it's really quick to check the solution, you ought to do this just to make sure that in fact you did the problem right. All right, so here is our original equation. We have x over 3 plus 1/2 is equal to 5 over 6. And we solved this equation and we got x is equal to 1. So if we replace this x with a 1 and then do all this number crunching, it should be equal to 5 over 6. And if it is, well, in fact, this is the solution. All right, so let's go ahead and check this by replacing this x with a 1. All right, so now we have 1/3 plus 1/2 is equal to 5 over 6. So of course we need to add these two fractions. All right, so 1/3 plus 1/2 is equal to what? Well, hopefully you can see that what we need to do again is find the LCD, which is 6. So 2 over 6 is equivalent to 1/3, and 1/2 is equivalent to 3 over 6. So now we can add these fractions because we have the same denominators of 6. So what we're going to do is add the numerators, and that is going to be 2 plus 3, which of course is 5, and our denominator is 6. So our final answer is 5 over 6. In other words, all this is equal to 5 over 6. So because we plugged in this 1 right here, in fact, that is the solution. All right, now here is a bonus tip if you're still with me. I don't have to do all this LCD stuff to actually add these fractions. I can use this fantastic shortcut. I call it the bow tie method. And check this out. Look how quickly I can add these two fractions without even thinking about the LCD. So what I can do is go 2 times 1, that is 2, plus 3 times 1, that is 3 over 3 times 2, which is 6. 2 plus 3 is equal to what? That's 5 over 6. So I did this problem very quickly using this pattern, this bow tie pattern, without even thinking about the LCD. All right, so if this video helped you out, make sure to like and subscribe. And again, if you need help with any test, whether that be college placement, college entrance, teacher certification, etc., I cover all those exams in my math help program. All right, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.